Okay, so okay. Um, Good evening. Um, Today is men's fellowship. Today is men's fellowship. So, um, we're talking about issues that has to do with men. Memeku. So I'm here with Ben Acha, Ghana's Acha Ben. Your YouTube channel again.
Ben Archer TV.
Oh,
Ben
okay.
Archer TV. Yeah. So you
Ben
can probably
Acha.
drop the link. TV. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Ben Acha TV. Okay.
Yep.
So we talking about something important. We talking about why we have a lot of young men.
Mm-hmm.
They are of age,
Mm-hmm.
like age. If you check and look at their age, they are supposed to
Mm-hmm.
marry, but most of them they don't want to. Is it because they don't want to marry, or the money to marry is not there, like the finance is not there? What is actually preventing people from getting married? Because especially, let's talk about men, because I'm told um, it depends on the man. The man is supposed to go forward from where we are, from our culture setting. The man is supposed to move forward to marry, and every responsibility is on the man. So let me hear you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brahima, on this platform. I must say that it is very important to establish that there are so many reasons why a lot of men do not want to go into marriage. And it is very simple because you see, much at times there are a lot of ideologies, especially like you said, coming from our side of the world in Africa, where you, the man, has to make the move for everything to happen. I mean,
Okay.
you need to actually push things out well so that you can be able
Mm-hmm.
to get everything on point.
Okay.
Now, financially, everything is dependent on the man. And
Mm-hmm.
in most few and extremely rare cases, you'll get most of the ladies coming up to support you. Now, it is
Okay.
very vital to establish that if you look at our African traditional setting, marriage, the marriage is solely orchestrated by the man before the woman will come in. In other words,
Okay.
the man has to make a move. And making the move is not about talk, it's about money.
Oh,
Making the
okay.
move is not about talk, it's about
It's
money.
not
Even the
about
first step
it's not about you
is not
saying I want to marry.
no. It's about your money. Because even you meeting the girl for the first time, even how to woo the girl, you need to throw money. Take her out, let her have fun, let her enjoy life. I hope you understand. Until you're
Yeah.
able to do that, you're able to get the girl's heart in the first place. Almost
Uh, 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 uh. It's like I'm having some challenge from Benaches and um. Okay, I think okay,
all right.
okay,
So even those who are not attracted to material things end up actually doing sorry for the break in transmission. All right. So
okay,
even those who are not attracted to material things, they end up actually falling in love per the way you make them comfortable, per the way you are able to do certain things for them, and all is about money. So the first reason why a lot of men do not want to marry is because one, there is financial obligation on them. There are financial obligations on them that they need to fulfill before they can marry. Then two,
mm-hmm. Wow. Um.
is the character of the 21st century slave queen. And
Okay.
this is something that is pushing a lot of men away. Because you see, the kind of generation we
Wow. Today.
find that kind of
Um.
lady that we are all talking about, it's not easy to come across. Because the
Okay.
traditional times where we have certain ladies, you can say that, okay, this lady has gotten that kind of traditional training, has gotten some kind of manners, she's gotten some kind of attitude. towards the marriage. These days,
Mm-hmm.
it's only few. If you take 10 ladies, you can get only 7 of them who are ready to marry. Most of them are coming to marry because of one thing or the other, but they are not really in for the marriage itself. So the
Okay.
second reason most men do not also want to marry is the character of the 21st century slave queen, which is preventing
Mm-hmm.
them from also marrying.
So,
Then
what
the
is your
third,
clear definition of the 21st century slave queen?
you see, a 21st century slave queen is somebody who believes in appearance. He does not believe in
Okay.
attitude. He will tell you that
Okay.
erratic presages big men. I mean, if you're able to dress well, you are able to be attracted by big men. They can splash money
Okay.
on you and you can look good. So if you look
Okay.
at the 21st century slave queen, one is that they are characterized by monetary or monocracy.
Okay.
Everything about them is money. Everything
Okay.
about them is money. Money is their key focus of doing anything. Even entering the relationship is about money. He will tell
Okay.
you that if you don't, she will tell you that if you are not papa, no, she's not ready for you. Because you should be able to, you should be ready to spend on her. So
Okay.
the 21st century slave queen is somebody who does not look at attitude. She looks at appearance first.
Mm-hmm.
She always want to look good. She always want to look fresh. She always want to change things. She like to overspend her budget. That
Okay.
is the character of the 21st century slave queen.
Mm.
So that is about that. Then two, most 21st century slave queens are not familiar with the traditional upbringing of a virtuous woman. And when I
Okay.
talk about the traditional upbringing of a virtuous woman, you see, when we're in the village, our mothers made us understand that as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
humility should be the core. Humility should
Okay.
be your core mandate in a marriage. No matter what happens, you always have to serve your husband. You always have to
Okay.
be humble to your husband. And you see, the 21st century slave queen, they are talking about gender equality. What men can do, women can also do. So
Yeah.
all these things is also happening. So the traditional setting woman who actually are very humble, they are always sober to their husband, they are always serving them, they are always doing things that will make their husbands happy. These days, we are not getting those kind of women. Most of the women in town are modern women who would like to rock on the shoulders with their men. When their men are going to work, they're also going to work. When their men are going to pub, they're also going to pub. Chasing girlfriends, they also want to chase their boyfriend. They always want to have gender equality. When you say one, they say sis. So if the boys look back and look at all these things and he realizes that so I'm going to spend so much money to get this person part of this family, and in the end, she's not only going to have that kind of humility for you. Then at the end of
Okay.
the day, he will discourage. He will tell you that okay, if I'm dating you and you disrespect me, I can leave you at any time. But this is the situation that I'm married to you. And you see, divorce is not something that you can just do.
Okay.
It's not like going to Makola market and going to buy tomatoes. You understand?
It's not
But
easy
when you
to
are dating
divorce.
somebody, you can even use text message to break up the relationship. And easy to divorce, but it's very easy to break up. I hope you understand. Because
Wow.
even we live in a
Yeah.
country where Victor Smith was used, Jerry Donald used text message to sack him. The same way in relationship, you can use text message to sack your boyfriend or your girlfriend. But when it comes to marriage, you can't
Wow.
use text message to do that. It's a legal
Wow.
tassel that you have to go through. So this modern men look at all this and they'll tell you, hey, I've got to date. I mean, dating, I can even make a baby out of it. So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, the lady will be my baby mama. At any time, I can go to her and have fun with her. So the
Mm.
problem now we are facing it is because of these three key things. One, the 21st century slave queen is not ready to is not ready for even marriage at all. Because one, there is financial obligation on the man. Two,
Okay.
the attitudinal change, the attitude of a lot of the ladies, the 21st century slave queen. Let me say it well. The attitude of the 21st century slave queen. Then three, our our family settings are also discouraging a lot of people from marrying. But when you
Mm.
see you're about to marry, Shaka, most of the families imposes a lot of unwanted stress on you, the man.
Mm.
And you see, irrespective of the fact that they are posing unwanted stress on you, the man, they will also ensure that their decision matter. Their decision matter. Because I have a belief that what was the whole rationale behind having a family elder? There was the rationale behind having a family elder is that, when there are things in the family that we are not able to do, we go to the elder and we say, elder, help us out. So the family elder is not occupying the portfolio as just an elder, but as a helper.
Okay.
But you see, our generation of family eldership is associated with what I call age. It's associated with only age. So the most important thing is that instead of the family elder to say that, okay, now as Brahima is preparing to visit the altar, as Pamela is preparing to visit the altar, okay, as a family elder, my budget is 10,000 cedis. Come for it and use it to enhance your preparation. That is whereby everything you, the elder, will say, it will hold water, because you are pumping your authority over the family. But you see, we have the modern family where the elder will come with his long cloth and come and sit, and he expects you to obey everything that he says. Meanwhile, he will not even drop one peso on the table for you. So the family setting itself is also not helping. And now when I talk about the family setting, I also link in our traditions. Our traditions, some of our traditional rules are also not helping. So that is the third reason a lot of men don't want to marry. And you see, Shaka, the fourth one I want to talk about is that, you see, Africans have incorporated a system of marriage that is not ideally part of our system of marriage, which is the marriage by ordinance. Marriage by ordinance is nowhere part of our traditional system of marriage.
It has never been part of our system.
It will never be part. It is only certain people who have tried to legalize it and has made it part. But some of us who are traditionalists, we don't even accept it. So we are saying here that a lot of these ladies too are ready to go for these ordinance marriages. They are ready to go marry by ordinance. If they meet you a man, you tell them, okay, this is what I've got to do for you. I've got to take you to my family and marry you and make everything. They'll tell you, no, I also want to wear the veil. And in that veil, I see stubbornness. In that veil, I see disrespect. In that veil, I see a lot of things that are not part of, or that will not be even needed for the marriage.
Wow.
Look at a lot of the ladies who wear this veil. They end up divorcing their marriages. Most of them who wear this veil, they divorce their marriage. You understand? How can there was a story I heard about almost a week and now I posted it on my platform, whereby a guy forced her to buy a ring for the girlfriend, and the ring was 1,000 Ghana cedi. The girlfriend is telling the guy that the ring is too cheap. The friend says it's too cheap. She doesn't want it. And I told the boy that, hey, if a girl tells you that your ring is too cheap, I cannot accept this marriage. Cancel the marriage with immediate effect. You see, the ring is a sign, is a token given to you, a woman, from the man. It's a token of the love of the man, the unblemished, unflinching love of the man. So you deciding not to accept the ring means that you are deciding not to accept the man into your life. So why should you go ahead, struggle, and go and get extra money and buy a ring and go and marry this problem into your house? And that is the 21st century slave queen I'm talking about.
Okay.
So the whole issue of encumbrances of issues that we can talk about. That is preventing the.
You see, talking about the ring, sometimes if you don't buy the correct one, especially normally they are looking for, most ladies want to go for the 18 carats, the 21 carats. They don't want the 10 carats and the 12 carats because they
what
think
essence does it add to marriage? Very much. What essence does it add to the marriage?
They want a ring that will never fade, because no, but some of them will fade out if you don't buy the original and the.
I disagree with you. You see, the argument is for how many months or years are you going to wear that ring? Sometimes you marry for 6 months and it does not even go you again. You have to go and change it or go and how do you expand it.
Yeah.
The real marriage is you guys coming to live, develop a family, and move on in life. That is the real marriage. Marriage is not about rings. You see, when you are going to marry, there are certain things you need to think about more than even the day of marriage itself. One is you can marry and you not give birth. That itself is a whole problem on its own, that you can even divorce, or you can even hang yourself and commit suicide.
Wow, marriage
you can even
without
commit suicide
children.
for that.
If you marry and you don't have kids, you can commit this suicide.
You can commit suicide. I'm telling you, because
Wow.
you see, our society is a society. They will give you pressure, and you go and do that thing, and the pressure starts bouncing back at you. They will be the same society also to kill you first.
Okay.
So the problem is that there are so many things that you are going to encounter. So kids is one of them. You can decide not to have kids. 2, there can be financial problems that you cannot be able to even take care of your wife or your family. All these things are waiting for you, and that is what a virtuous woman, that the Bible talk about, should be thinking about to support the man, so that they can be able to accomplish that mission. Not rank 24 karat rank.
So what should we go?
Well, if you don't buy me 35 karat ring, I'll not marry you. Leave her and go away. Don't go and follow her.
What if you love the lady? What if the love is there? You're falling in love.
Brahima. Love is not about money or material resource. Love is emotional. There is no quantifiable or statistical measure for emotions.
Okay.
There is no quantifiable or statistical measure for emotion. You
can't quantify the love you have for somebody.
No, never. Never. What amount are you going to use to quantify a love? $10,000, $1 million, or what? Love is precious. It was created by God, so you can't quantify it. So why will a lady come and say that if you don't buy me 35 karat gold, I will not marry you? And you are still staying there. You want to die early. Most of these men who agree to this marriage is when you see them and they are getting bad hair. Meanwhile, they are 30 years, 20 years. They are getting bad hair. They are piling unnecessary pressure on them. So there is no need to go and follow this and die. You see, there are certain marriage when you see your friend going to marry, you ask yourself that this boy will die early. There's no way he will hit 40 years. He will die and leave the children. Why should you go and put yourself into that pressure or that mess? So it is very important to establish that when you are going to marry, there are important issues that you guys ought to think. Now, let me give you a revelation.
Okay.
The revelation here is that, you see, why do we call the man Okunu in our account settings? Okay. Why do you call the woman Oyere? Why do we call our Re? And why do we have a Sujani? You see, there is a whole account tradition to this. And if these slave queens are listening to me tonight and they will listen, it will help them. Now, one, you see, you call your man Okunu because, you see, that time when you guys are crossing a river, it is believed that when you are crossing.
Wow. I think Benacha's network, but I'm hoping he joins us very soon. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So please leave a comment in the comment section.
Moving from one country or one state or one region to
and kindly make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's go.
All right, I think we are back.
Yeah.
All right. So I was giving you the traditional analysis to Okunu and Oyere. So at that time, before you can cross the river, you see the male and the female are all at one location. So one has to carry one before you can cross the river. So Bema na Oyere the man, Obayere Obana Tran Edina Shenechi. Oyere ni Shenechi a na Okuntu ni mu not dan Shenechi. Nti yesi ofre ni Okunu. Because Okunu ni mu afọ Obana Shenechi. No Oyere no into abaye ne yere. Into ordinary twa insuo na ordinary twa no. Ordinary twa insuo na abaye ne yere. Na mo ma na mo anya mema odi umbi twa asuo no. Yesi mo ye asuojafo, maka asuoja nti mo ye asuojafo. So the traditional setting will let you understand that marriage is a very important institution in every woman's life. A very important institution in every woman's life that you should not joke with it. If you're a woman today and you don't marry and you don't get a good man to marry you, you are doomed forever. You are doomed forever.
Oh,
That
but
is why they need to humble themselves.
some women are saying life is not all about marriage. So
Life is not all about marriage.
yeah,
But you see, it gets to a point, Brahima, it gets to a point when you're a woman, a man completes you. No matter the money you have, no matter the fame you have, you are going somewhere, you need a man to be behind you. The man, even moving with you, just completes you. So I don't agree with the assertion that, oh, I don't need a woman. I can live my life without, I don't need a man. I can live my life without a man. God saw that marriage was a powerful thing. He saw that it was a good thing. That's why he created marriage, that we should all enjoy marriage. So that's what I can say about that, Brahima.
but you see, sometimes too, when men moves forward, sometimes the problem is not from the men actually. Sometimes it's from the family because you go in for the list and they tell you you need to buy 12 cloth for the woman. The father is taking this, they have some amount of money you have to pay, and sometimes it's so huge that it puts off some men, like they don't want to even go into marriage. What do you think about that one too? Because sometimes the woman is okay, the woman is not demanding, but the family going in for the list to have your traditional wedding, the list you go take, you look at the money involved. Some are even made to buy plasma television. Some are buying laptops and other stuff. So, what do you think about that?
Brahima, that is a demonic act. You see, any family that will not allow a man to come to marry in a family successfully. Somebody is coming to marry your daughter away, and you use conditionalities, list, buy this, buy this, buy this to discourage the man. You are trying to shut down the future of the woman. So any family that would deliberately use list or material things to prevent their daughter from marrying, you see, they are trying to create a particular thing that is unhealthy in the family. You see, it will get to a point, all the ladies will be sidelined in the family. You see that they will be lined up in the family and nobody will come and marry them. So it is not a good thing for families to do that, or any parent to do that. You should even allow your daughter to be married. So far, she's going to be married by a good man, a responsible man who can take good care of them, who can take good care of her. Sorry, it is the most important thing, and I think that is the most important thing. Everything that we are talking about here. So you can't say that because the man does not have money, he cannot able to buy me a plasma TV, he cannot buy me an abobo, yeah, he cannot buy me a this, a that. So I'm not going to allow the boy to marry him. I mean, I think that is quite irresponsible, and it will be quite reckless for any family to consider that. Very much.
And you know, here in Ghana, you can't marry without the consent of the parents.
Sure.
How? Because elsewhere in advanced country, a man and a woman can just walk into a registrar's office and just go and marry, and there they go. But here we are, you need a family, and the family are also demanding. What do you do as a man?
So what you have to do is that you speak to the woman, because the woman is the closest person to you now. Speak to the woman. Let the woman know about your finances. Let your woman know about the strength. Because you see, in the end, when you overspend, and you get into the marriage, it is between the two of you. The pressure the two of you carry before it will go to your extended family. That is why you need to first speak to the woman. Let the woman understand that this is the situation, and this is what she has to do to help. So if the woman is not able to convince the family and tell them to reduce everything, and she also go behind the family to pressure you to get a thing, you, the man, should be smart. You should know that the woman does not love you. You should know that the woman does not love you. If you marry such a woman, she will kill you. So you should even resign from going to that marriage. And that's the most important thing. Don't allow any woman to use list, any family to use list to pressure you as a man. If you go to a family, they give you a list and you go through it and you think that it is beyond your financial capacity. You beg, but they decide that they will not listen. Leave the family, turn and run for your life. Run for your life. You get somebody who will take your 20 Ghana, he will take your 50 Ghana, he will take your 1,000 Ghana and make you happy. That is the most important thing in life. God knows that all fingers are not equal. That's why he created everybody is helper. So don't allow them
Okay.
to use the list to confuse you. Right, man. That's my view on that.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
I meet a lady, we go in for the list, and it's like, what I'm seeing I can't afford. She also goes in to talk to them, and still they want to say no. I have to leave the lady and try
Leave the
elsewhere.
lady fast.
But it's not the fault of.
Fast.
It's not the lady's
You
fault.
see, brother, man.
She's
I don't.
she,
That's one thing I don't hear. That's
no,
one thing.
but she's been able to talk to the.
Every lady who is ready to marry, who is ready for marriage, should have a control over her family in terms of the planning for marriage. Because you see, if you don't have control over your family, that means that your family will control you in the marriage. So you just your inability to control your family even tells me that you are incompetent for me to even marry you. You are
Mm,
incompetent. You should be able to speak to your mother. You should be able to go on your knees, speak to your father, convince them, let them know the need, why they need to support. If the parents are not having the brains and the sense to realize that they have to support you, you have to let them know that they should support you. So if at the end of the day, they are not providing all the support, and you two are there, you are also not supporting yourself by telling them that they should support you, then what is your essence in a marriage?
okay.
Why should I come and marry you? It will be catastrophic. It will be a disaster, a debacle for me to go ahead and marry you. So all these issues have to be addressed very much. So there is more to marriage than what we've been reading in the theories and there are a lot. You see, marriage is one great institution and one big thing in the world announced that we don't even learn about.
Wow.
You only go for counseling for 3 months, 4 months, and we are done. Well, the problems in marriage is more than archaeology. The problems in marriage is not more than biology lessons. It's more than chemistry practicals. But we don't learn about them. And that's why a lot of marriages are folding up. Marriages are breaking up. People are using pistol and hammer to beat each other in the bedroom. So many issues are happening because we don't even learn about them. So when the challenges come, we don't know even how to control it, and how even what the factors that we need to consider before even getting into those marriages.
My final question is now you said we are not learning. Who is teaching? Nobody is teaching us. Nobody is telling us anything. And now it gets your turn and you realize that Charlie, this is how the thing is. So who is teaching the thing? Nobody is teaching us about marriage. And sometimes it's so serious. But I always say women, and when it comes to marriages, women, especially here, I can only talk for Ghana, people living in Ghana. I always say that women, the kind of experience they have in marriages, men, we don't have. The reason why
Sure.
I say that is, for instance, when you live in a house and you have a sister, when mommy is about to prepare food, mommy will call your sister, come, let me teach you how to cook. Sometimes mom will even chastise the ladies. Hey, stop watching TV. Come and learn how to cook so that you'll be able to serve your husband when you grow up. Come and let me teach you this. But the men, we are just left. Nobody's teaching us. So always, most always, I always say that when it comes to marriages, women are not supposed to fail in marriages because they've been trained from the beginning. But how many of us will our parents even call we the guys, come and let me tell you how to treat a woman? How do you even talk to a woman? Let me teach you how you can handle your. Our parents are not teaching we the guys. They are not teaching us that. But women, they always have that advantage that their mothers will call them to the kitchen, will sit down with them, advise them, take them through. Come and let me teach you how to do this basic thing so that when you marry, you can do it in your marriages. But who is teaching the boy child?
But that is why we always say that the women owe the marriage. Every marriage that there is a divorce in it, I'll first blame the woman.
Wow.
Because women own marriages. Marriage is not for men, it's for women. That's why when it gets to a point and they are not married, their life becomes messless. Men don't care whether they are 40 years, they are not married, they don't even care. Marriage is for women and they owe it. And whether it survives or it does not survive, majority of the blame will be given to them.
Okay.
That's why it's very important for women to learn more than even men. But men, even with our inability to even learn more, sometimes we learn from friends, we learn from people, we watch things, we watch movies, we learn basic things so that we can make or spice up our marriages. You know what I mean? So that is the exact thing. But you see, my only issue is that marriage is one great institution. that we need even universities to model programs on.
Wow.
Bachelor's degree in marital studies, master's degree in marital studies. People should be able to go to school and learn and get a PhD in marriage. But it is the only thing in the world that we don't even learn about it. But most people are also entering into it.
You get your certificate before you even start.
Absolutely. You understand? I know countries where people are studying sexology, how to have sex. And imagine such a person who holds a degree in sexology. You are going to marry the person. You don't have a problem on bed. You will never have a problem. You will never fall short. So it is very important that the universities model program on marriage so that we can also go to universities, get our certificate, our diploma, our degrees in marital studies. So that it will complement the field our parents will give to us so that we can become better people. Okay. The churches are even confusing us when we come to marriages, quoting different scriptures. Do you know that you see in the Bible? The Bible says that sex before marriage is not good. Yes, that's the position of the Bible. But the same Bible also says that when you make a mistake and you go and sleep with a lady, and the lady gets pregnant, go ahead and pay the price and marry the lady.
Yeah.
So why are the churches not teaching this? And they are teaching the other side of the Bible. So you should make the man be aware that even though you make mistake, you go out to the lady, you sleep with the girl get pregnant. Don't go and do abortion, but go and pay the bride price and marry the lady.
Okay.
If that thing is taught in the church world, in the book of Deuteronomy is there. If Moses was telling the Israelites, so if that thing is taught in the church world, it will make a lot of the abortion killers, the abortion producers, and abortion almost of this thing will stop.
Okay.
So when they go into relationship and this thing happen, they already feel that they've been condemned already. They have been put into condemnation. So you see, the church too has failed us in some case in teaching us the true concept about marriages and what it is or what it takes to be a married person.
Oh, okay.
I know some good men of God are doing very well, but some too we have to work hard.
Okay, so finally, I think I understand the reason why whenever there is divorce, it takes even whenever there is divorce, nobody would want to marry the woman, but it's easy for the man to marry again.
Because you see, the woman owe the marriage. So if you allow the marriage to break up, it's your own palaver. For women, we can decide to marry and divorce in 1 year 4 times, and we will still be men. All you need is your money. Yes, we are booming the chair window, and I'm for us you have the money. You can decide that from January, the first quarter of the year, January, February, March, April, you marry, you divorce. The second quarter, you marry, you divorce. Third quarter, you marry, you divorce. It's about your money. And every lady who a man has money will be attracted to. So your probability of you marrying, you don't care. People get 50 years and they marry. Men get 60 years, they marry.
True.
How many women get 50 years, even 40 years and they marry? It will take a miracle. The miracle working God. The miracle working God that makes Gifty married at this age. It will only take God for you to marry at that age. But it's not common. So women, let us tell our slave queens, let us tell our women that especially those who are about to marry, that you guys owe the marriage. So the marriage is a big deal for you. It is your future, it is your honor, it is your prestige, it is your reputation, it is your everything. Your marriage is even bigger than your academic laurels. That's why there are a lot of ladies, they have bigger academic accolades and laurels, but yet they lack respect in the eyes of the public domain. Why? Because people feel that irrespective of the academic laurels that they have achieved, they don't have good men behind them. You have to own your marriage. So that's the advice I'll give to them.
Okay. So please, if you are watching us, make sure you subscribe to the channels. You subscribe to the channel, and don't just subscribe, but make sure that you hit the notification button so that anytime we upload videos like this, you will be one of the first people to have the opportunity to watch the video. So make sure you are subscribing to the channel, you are hitting the notification button, you are sharing the video, you are leaving a comment. If you want us to talk about anything, just drop it in the comment section and we'll do it. But the most important thing is that subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification button, and we'll get back to you. So thank you so much, Benacha.
You're welcome. You're welcome very much.
Okay. All right. Okay.